Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are actually going to be doing part 2 of the Raw Beauty Kristi palette review. So in the last video I did part 1, which was this side of the palette, the neutral side. And today we're going to be doing part 2, which is the colorful side. And I really enjoyed this side of the palette, the neutral side. Really enjoyed it, and I don't normally do browns. Whenever I do like neutral colors, I kind of like shut down my creativity. It just like goes down the toilet, so I don't ever know what to do. And I end up usually doing like a cut crease or half cut crease and just something simple, and then just go on with my day, or like a smoky eye or something. And it just like, I really like the palette, but I don't like how I am whenever I use neutrals. So we are going to hop into the colorful side today, and I'm excited for that because I love colorful eyeshadow so much. And I feel like in the last video I should have used a concealer instead of an eyeshadow primer, but since these colors are extremely pigmented, I'm gonna go ahead and use the eyeshadow primer from Anastasia Beverly Hills. So yes, we're getting into this palette today, or this side of the palette today, and you can see that it is different from this side because of this one. It has rose gold markings on it, whereas this one has the holographic writing on it. So this is the side that we're going to get into today. And before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's get into it. Alrighty, so first thing I'm gonna do is prime my eyes with the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow primer. And I'm gonna take this Sonia Kashuk brush. It's number 116. I think I got this from Target a few years back. But I'm just gonna take that and apply my primer. Seen other people do it with the brush, and I like the way it looks with the brush versus a finger because it gets like feathered out. So I don't know exactly what I want to do. Let me just look for some inspiration real quick. I feel like I should have had this down. I really want to try and use all the colors that I have in this palette. I feel like that would be a pretty fun challenge. So we're taking the JH39, and I think I want to go in with Hurtful first. It's the blue color, and I want to pack that right here. That's really pretty and pigmented. Oh my gosh. We're just gonna do a little chunk because we're gonna try and fit all 9 colors into my very small eyelid space. Well, it's not small, but it's not as big as I want it to be. So, oh well, gotta work with what you got. And now with the blending brush, this Elf blending brush, I'm gonna go into the green shade Garden State and blend out that blue. And I don't know how I feel about the shade of green. I mean, it's pretty, but I feel like we should have had like a greener green in this palette. For me, it's too close to the blue shade. If I blend that out, it looks like a teal. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna take a little bit more of the Hurtful shade and put it over here just a little bit more, so that way we can blend it into our next color. Our next color is going to be Tribute, which is purple. And we'll just blend that right into Purple shade on both sides. This purple is actually really pretty. I can live with that. That's a very pretty purple. I've heard that purples are very hard to make, so I'm actually proud that this, I'm so proud of her that it came out like super pigmented and really pretty. So now we're gonna take the shade, or the blending brush, another blending brush because I have like quite a few. We're gonna take the shade Side Effect, which is like a hot pink, and we're gonna just blend purple and blue and green all together. That's a lot lighter than I thought it was gonna be. Maybe it's me, I don't know. Blend some pink over here, and then just go back and forth between the pink and the green, just blending those colors in together. Make sure they look seamless. I made some weird like grayish purple looking color. That's cute. It's definitely okay if it gets below that line. We're just going to carve it out later. So now we should look like this. And so far I like it. We are definitely going to cut the crease. This is moving a lot faster than I thought we would be. I'm gonna clean up the edges of this with this brush that I got from Ross. Where did I put my brush? I lost my brush. Where? And it's pink. There's so much pink over here. It's not even funny. Where is my brush? I don't know. I'm just gonna use a Q-tip. Trying to shake this feeling. You know, like when you drag your nails against a chalkboard or something? Just did that about like a box of Q-tips and my skin started crawling. So that's fun. So we're just gonna clean this up with the Q-tip. So now that that is cleaned off, let's go ahead and just reapply it. Make sure all the edges are clean. This is so pretty so far. Taking this gold Morphe brush and we're dipping into the shade Lumos. We're just gonna pack that on the top closest to our cut crease area. And I really like the way white eyeshadow just blends in with everything else. I don't know, it just makes it like look different. I don't know if it's just me. Now we got that white on. Okay, another e.l.f. blending brush, and we're gonna take the shade Dandelion, which is yellow, obviously. And let's just pack that on right underneath the white. And kind of blend it in for a nice gradient effect. I keep smelling cake and I don't know where it's coming from. I think it's the palette, but at the same time I don't know. It could be my brushes, I don't know. And there is quite a bit of kickback, like it's going everywhere. Don't like that, but palette's really pigmented. Pick up the shade Am I Orange and pack that right underneath the yellow. Blend it in. Something really does smell like cake. I'm so convinced it's the palette, but at the same time, I'm just not sure. Or maybe I'm losing it. I don't know anymore. And we're going in with the shade Flavor Town. Okay, and there is quite a bit of fallout with I think it's the red I'm seeing here. We'll confirm once I wipe this all off. I really want to add glitter, but we're not going to add glitter. Yeah, so I think it's mainly like the red and the orange that had a bunch of fallout. That's why we don't do our base first, people. If you do your base first, then you have to put extra powder down, which can cause it to like dry out. So it's just best to do your eyes first. Then we clean up this part. Get all the excess red off. So I've used 8 of the colors so far. I'm going to go ahead and go off camera real quick and do my base, and then I'll be right back for the under eye and inner corner. Alrighty, and so we're back, base is on. So now let's do the lower lash line. I was thinking that I could either continue what the top is doing or just do like a mix of colors on the bottom. You know what, I think I want red, pink, and yellow on the bottom. Let's do that. So we're gonna go into Flavor Town, put that on the bottom here, and connect it with the top. And now let's do some pink. And so side effect and mix that in with the red. I'm noticing that while I'm putting it on, it's actually not as pigmented if you use concealer versus like an actual eye primer. So definitely use an eye primer instead of a concealer for this side. And then let's do some yellow, so Dandelion, and connect that in with the white. So now I'm gonna take the shade Cafe Disco and we're gonna put that in the inner corner because I am trying to use all 9 shades and that is very pretty in the inner corner. I kind of want to bring that up into that Lumos shade just a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop on some Kiss lashes in the style Midnight and I'll be right back. So Raw Beauty Kristi palette. This is the look I came up with, very rainbowy, and I was able to use all 9 colors from this side. And again, if you don't already have the palette, I definitely recommend it that you get it when it restocks. And I'm not sure when they are going to be restocking, but she does have it on Twitter. So if you don't follow her on Twitter, you won't get the latest updates. So just follow her on Twitter. Get the palette, like 100% get the palette. It's really pigmented and very colorful. The only thing that I noticed was that the colors, they don't show up very well. So if you're like using concealer or something, or if you set your eyeshadow with powder before you go in, then it won't show up as well either. Don't set your eyeshadows and don't use concealer unless you're doing the neutral side. So use an actual eyeshadow primer. But other than those two, really enjoyed the palette, and I'm definitely going to be doing some more looks with these colors in the future. If you did like the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.